Right, so one of today's jobs is going to be polishing up the van. I've already been round and polished it up with 1000 grit on the machine polisher, 2000 by hand getting into all the bevels and places where it was a bit awkward for the machine. Then I've been round with 2000 by hand using really fine paper. So now it's time to get the polishing out. I'm using G3 and then I'll be going to go over it again with G10. So it's just a case of now cracking on and seeing what sort of finish I can get. Now it's all ready to get polished up. It's already been washed over once, so it's ready to start. So here we go. Right, so I'm finally finished the first pass with the G3, and the difference it's made a hell of a difference. You can already see sparkle and shine coming through. I mean, I know it's all full of polish and crap, but at the moment you can already see a nice reflection there. Nice reflections going off the side panels as well. It just needs a good wipe down and wash down because this is still just splatter from the previous polish. But as you can see from there, it's lovely reflections coming off that compared to what it was previously. So that's a hell of a good start. Now I've just got to go all the way around it again with G10. But I'm going to do that tomorrow. I've had enough for today. So I'm going to down tools. Tomorrow it's going to be G10 time. Same sort of thing, just with a softer head on the polishing machine. And we'll see what it looks like once it's finished. Alright, so continuing with the polishing of the van. Yesterday I went round with G3. Today I'm going to be going around with G10 and then I'll give it a final polish. I just thought I'd show you the finish that I managed to get just after the G3 though. As you can see, it's a quite nice, clear, crisp reflection coming off that panel. You can see the reflection of the house, my car, my hand, everything like that. It's all nice, crisp, clear. Very, very, very little orange peel throughout the entire van that I can see so far. Little spots here and there, but what you'd expect for a roller job really. I'm not comparing this to a £3,000 paint job. It's literally a £200–300 paint job, so the finish that I'm getting so far, I'm quite pleased with that. As I say, just the reflections coming off this just after the G3, really, really nice. So now I'm going to give it a wipe down, get the G3 out, and sorry, the G10, give it another pass over this time and see what it looks like then. Right, so that is a complete pass done now with G3 and G10 compound. Now all it needs now is just a wash down and the final polish up just with some bog standard paint polish, just to give a final protective finish, just to try and make sure any residue, any water is just going to run off in the future as well. But as you can see, obviously this isn't even cleaned up, but the reflection that's coming off it is superb compared to what it was before. As you can see, really nice reflections coming off from everything from the street, the sky, everything. And I say this isn't even washed down yet. So I'm going to get a bucket out, give it a full wash over, and I'll get some Simonit's black wax and polish, get some of that applied, and that'll be it. That'll be my roller Rust-Oleum paint job fully finished. So I'm going to get the bucket out, give it a wash, and give it a polish. Right, so there we go, that is my Rustoleum roller paint job completely finished now. I've done the G3 and the G10 sanding and polishing. I've since gave it just a wash over and just some black colour restoring polish and wax as well, just over the top of it, just to give the paintwork a bit of a protective coating as well. But as you can see, it's coming out quite nicely really now. I'm just hoping it's going to show up, because it's not really the best of days today. If it was a nice sunny day, you'd be able to see reflections of the sky, the clouds, this, that, the other. But as I say, it's not the best day to be kicking out reflections like that. But as you can see, you can still see a nice reflection of all the tree line along there. Even just looking at things like my hand there, you can see nice detail in it, whereas before it was all fuzzy, just because of the orange peel that was within the actual layer of paint itself. So that's it all done, completely done now. I mean, just looking at the bonnet there, the reflection that was coming off that compared to what it was when I'd first just painted it, I say that's beautiful reflection there compared to what it was just after painting. I say there's just no complaints about that at all. Now obviously I'm not comparing this to like a £2,000–3,000 paint job. Obviously it's not comparable with anything like that at all, but for the sake of a couple of £100, it's definitely been worth my while. I don't think I'd do another roller job again though, because just the amount of time it's taken just to flatten it all back and polish it up again. I'm talking probably 150–200 hours total into this colour change. That's everything from all of the bodywork prep, all of the grinding away from the rust, filling all that in, doing all the Rustoleum, the Hammerite rust repair, grinding all that back, priming it all up, flattening off the entire paint job of the old white paint, 7 layers of paint, then all of the flattening back, all of the polishing, washing, waxing, this, that, the other. As I say, it's easily 150, possibly 200 hours that's gone into this. But as I say, I'm not complaining about the reflection. As you can see there, it's beautiful coming back off the actual paintwork itself. So I'm certainly not complaining about the finish that I've managed to get off it. It's just taken a hell of a long time to actually get it done, that's all. As you can see, it's come out quite nice. It's just a shame it's not a nice sunnier day, because as I said, then you'd be seeing beautiful blue sky reflections and all sorts. I mean, you probably saw the polish actually coming up if you've watched the full video as I was polishing through it earlier on as well, because you could actually see the polish coming through as I was going over it with the G3 and the G10. As I say, it's definitely no. Well, I'm not complaining about the reflection that I'm getting off it anyway. That's no complaints there at all. It's just a bit wet and a bit cloudy and a bit of a crappy day to do a final run up, but the weather's not supposed to be that good for the next few days anyway, so I figured I'd do the final wrap up now. And the van will be getting featured in more videos to come anyway, so if I get a nice sunny day in the future I might do another one then. But I say this is the final round up and wrap up. As you can see there, it's just a nice reflection all round. There's a couple of little spots here and there that I could have done a little bit better if I'd spent even more time, but as I say, the amount of time I've put into it, and compared to what it looks like now, compared to when it was originally the rusty white, where it just had rust spots all over the original white paint, as I say, it's made a hell of a difference to the van, just looking at it now. As I say, I'm not complaining. Nice reflections. That's all I wanted at the end of the day. I wanted a nice, smooth, glossy, shiny reflection. I didn't want a matte or orangey, peely type finish to it, and from the looks of it, I've managed to get pretty much what I wanted. So I hope you found the video useful. If you did, as I say, have a look at my channel. I've documented the entire conversion of this camper van on there. Everything from all the insulation, the flooring, the bed, the sink, fridge, swapping the seats, everything's documented on there. Everything in regards to the conversion there is on my channel, as well as all of the bodywork prep that I did for this, all of the sanding back, the flattening back, the painting, all of the polishing, everything's documented on my channel. So do subscribe, keep up to date with my channel. I'm always going to be updating it whenever I do further jobs to the van. I've still got a few more bits to do. I've still got the wheels to change, I've still got a few more bits on the interior, some entertainment stuff to put in. So subscribe to my channel. If you found the video useful, please rate it, and as I say, have a look on there for the other videos that feature the other parts of the colour change of this VW T4 high top. Thanks for watching. Cheers.